Daly, 5 minutes.
Margaret, last ceann córa fáiltíim chuiristeach ar an díospóireacht tábhachtach seo agus tá buíoch le asacht an deis sin. Last ceann córa, children are our most valuable natural resource. They were the words of the former president, the 31st president of the United States of America, Herbert Hoover. And since the almost 80 years since those words were uttered, I don't think the relevance of that statement or the value of that statement has changed. If anything, it has grown, and the realisation is possibly stronger with society in the intervening years. Yesterday, I had occasion to visit a residential centre that treats teenagers for substance misuse. And speaking with many of the professionals there that deal with these teenagers, and indeed speaking with the teenagers themselves, I think the message that came from that visit is very similar to the message that the Minister is bringing, I think, loudest of all through this legislation and the ahead of the referendum, and that is the need to support families. And the real way that we can protect children and enshrine children's rights is by supporting their families, and the family is the natural home for these children, whether it's teenagers or children. My own family, for all its function and dysfunction, has the privilege of welcoming children and taking care of children that are in the care of the state. The experience of fostering children has highlighted many of the wonderful elements associated with caring for children, but it has also highlighted to me some of the very necessary changes that are necessary and that are needing to ensure the well-being of children. A cursory glance of case law that has been presented over the years by the various health boards will show that there is a need for serious reform at the judiciary level. And our constitutional amendment that we're about to embark on, which hopefully will be passed, will make it easier for that same judiciary to recognise the rights of the child, and for the first time in our society, ashamedly so, that the welfare and the well-being of the child will be put first in all matters before the judicial proceedings. The decisions of the judiciary, which oft times are taken in very cold and clinical ways, fail to recognise the importance of the needs of that child. And I personally look forward and hope to see the day, and I've spoken with the Minister on this, and indeed with Minister Shatter, when these cases will be decided of children going into care and what is best for these children will be decided not in the courtroom, but by a committee of competent persons qualified in the necessary welfare of children. This, and among other worrying trends that have developed in the childcare area, in my own past experience as a teacher and as a parent now, and indeed as a foster parent, I think there is a worrying development in some cases, and I'm very careful to stress it is just in some cases, where there is a tendency to overcompensate for our lack of parenting skills by diagnosing and labelling our children. And this is to our detriment as a society, and I think it's going to be harmful to our children in the future. I think the real support that we need to offer children, and if we are really genuine about enshrining the rights of children, is by supporting the family. And we need as a society to recognise the needs of parents. We don't all possess the parenting skills necessary to rear children, and many of us lack the necessary resources and wherewithal to do that. So as a state, if we are to genuinely stand up and put the needs of children first, that's the step we have to take. And I look forward to us as a society developing those strengths for the necessary parenting skills.